when it comes to payload capacity, a key question we're going to be thinking about today is bigger always better? Now, here with ST Engineering, we're here with the DrN-600, which is the latest iteration of their uncrewed aerial vehicle, to find out just what it can do. It's great to be back here at Singapore Airshow 2026 in the very sizable ST Engineering Pavilion. But behind us we've got a very special new aircraft that caught my eye out on the exhibit floor this year. Tell me what we have behind me.
Thanks, Charlotte. So what we are showcasing this year is our flagship DroNet solution. And specifically for this year, we are emphasizing on medium to heavy lift cargo delivery use case. DroNet, as it is a multi-use case, multi-platform control system. So we have started DroNet displaying it in the airshow since 2020, but we started with surveillance, inspection, delivery of small packages. So as we progress, we are always looking at what regulations are ready. We can't really be ahead of regulations. So as of now, the trend, we are able to design something that we could meet the standards up to a 600 kg aircraft, which means that we could carry more. So what you see here today is a medium lift cargo UAS, I'll call it unmanned aircraft. There are three things that are important for cargo delivery. One is the volume. So you could carry something heavy, but if you do not have the volume, that matters a lot. Because some stuff are big, but they are not that heavy. Second is the ability to turn around the aircraft for the next flight. Electric vehicles, you have to charge it, but we have opted to go for battery swapping. So after it lands, you could unload, change the battery and go for the next flight within 30 minutes or so. The last one is resilience to weather. Maybe you're not familiar with drones, but when there is a thunderstorm or high wind condition, they are usually grounded, which means that you do not have the service availability as you want it. So with this, we are going to design for whether it's a cold weather, hot weather, or raining conditions. We are going to design it like a workhorse for cargo delivery. So these three elements is what we are introducing through this aircraft during this session.
And what sort of missions might this aircraft be flying? What sort of deliveries and in what sorts of regions? I'm thinking last mile logistics.
Yeah, so actually drone delivery is not new. I think it's a good 5 to 7 years that other companies have tried it. So typically the problem statement is remote location, oil rigs or inter-island where there is a factor of inaccessibility of the location. But how do you do that in a reliable way, in a cheap way that, in a way you got to compete with the existing means of transportation. Even if it's more expensive, you could not be much more expensive. There's a certain buffer that you have to meet. So we are solving it through things like heavier load, cheaper construction, and also multi-UAV operation so that we could reduce the cost of the pilot.
And we've got a lift and cruise configuration here. What sort of redundancy have you got built into a system like this to help ensure safe operations?
Yeah, other than the avionics, which is redundant, we have redundant propulsion system. So there are 8 rotors here. So we could, technically speaking, take 1 to 2 rotor failures. The other unique feature is the flying wing and the rudder. You will notice that there are no moving control surfaces. So it is simply a lifting surface, but all the maneuvers are done by the rotors. For manned aircraft with wings, a typical failure mode is a failure of the ailerons, the moving surface. So we do not have that problem here.
Optimised for efficiency and optimised for safe deliveries and safe operations, which is what we want.
Yes, and ease of certification when it comes to flight dynamics and flight control.
Talk me through the flight test campaign to date and what any ongoing milestones might be as you progress with the project.
So we have started this baseline design since 2024. We are proceeding to prepare for flight test, first flight, within the second quarter of this year. That will carry on for 3 to 6 months. And we actually have customers which I will not disclose at this time.
I won't ask. I won't ask who they are, but
waiting for commercial trials using this baseline design. At the same time, we have a parallel schedule to incorporate the enhancements, all towards making it more available and making it more utilizable, the asset utilization rate, so that we could minimize the cost of delivery. So those enhancements will be done within the next 2 years, and we're going for certification by 2028.
is that certification within the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, or are we going to go sort of concurrent type certifications with other regulatory bodies?
We will definitely involve Singapore regulators, but if we were to make this more marketable, we have to work with leading regulators internationally, and that includes the European Airworthiness Authority and the FAA. So for sure, we will be working with them.
Very exciting times.
Thank you. Thanks, Charlotte.
I wish you every success with the program in the meantime. It's been great getting an update.
Thank you.